Greetings! Hello Buggy, hello Retro, hello Mist. It's good to see you all. How are we doing today? Seal says, fuck you, hi. Okay. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but hello to you too, Seal. Bro, I still have like a tiny bit of eye makeup on and it high-key is eating. Hello, Ali the Aussie. Hello, Kirby. It's good to see you, twin. How are we all doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Hello, Hades. Hello, Gay Fury. Look at me being on top of things. Marhaban? Marhaba? Does that say marhaba? Maybe? Rose said, what does that say? Gulp? That is streaming. Can we just skip to the part where you end stream? Alright, bro. My fan needs to be on immediately. I am hot. You're doing a 6 out of 10, Buggy? Okay, I suppose that could be better. I hope that number improves. Hey, you. Hello, Vane. Hades, you're doing an 8. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yogurt out of 10. Alright. Solid, I think. Marhaba is high? Yeah, it's high. But I'm not sure that I read that correctly. Oh, I got it? Really? Oh my gosh. They call me the Arabic master. They call me Mr. Arabic. Hello, Magical Woodlander. Greetings. Hello, Vane. You're doing a 5? I hope that number improves. I mean, it could be worse, but I hope that number improves. I'm doing pretty good today. My day, it was like good, but also lazy, but also good. Like, I got the call with Dev this morning, which was nice. And I enjoyed that, but I ended up getting out of the house so late, and then I only went on a run/walk for like 6 or 7 minutes, and then my gym workout was super short as well. So like, I had a good day, but it was not very productive. It was not very productive. Nobody calls you that, broski. Okay. 8 out of 10. Didn't work today. Oh, hell yeah, Mist. That's good to hear. Making shitty memes. That sounds lovely, twin. I have to sneeze. I'm doing 8. Pretty good, Ali. Pretty good. Good to hear. Kiwi of Arabia. La is no in Arabic. Oh, I know that. I know that. It's so cute because sometimes I am calling with Dev, but then he has to talk to someone, and I can hear him speaking Arabic, and I recognize when he says la. Because la means no. It's 5 physically, but like 8 mentally. I suppose that's good? Ha ha ha. 6, 7. I had so much coffee today, like, I shit you not. How many milligrams of caffeine was that? How many milligrams of caffeine was that? Because I've been sleeping very poorly. You don't have to be productive to have a good day. That's very true. It's okay to be lazy from time to time and just enjoy life. Very true, twin. For me, I feel my best when I exercise. And exercise to me, it isn't like, oh, this is so energy consuming. I'm not motivated enough to do that. For exercising, for me, it just lifts me up and makes me feel good. So I do prefer to exercise almost every day. Shout out Ali, W stream streak. It's good to have those days. Gives your mind and body time to recharge. Very true, twin, very true. I had to deal with the whining children in my family today. I just got to chill with a baby in the corner though. Sleeping baby is a good excuse to be left alone. That sounds sweet, Hades. You had a coffee? Yeah. Banui and pepper. Okay. That's true. They did buy me a coffee. Kiwi should make a Metroidvania like Prince of Persia, but it's Dev and he's the Catboy of Carthage? Wait, that's so aura. Catboy of Carthage. Yay, the less serious Evie Lupine is streaming. Holy ball knowledge? Nah, who else watches Evie Lupine? Holy ball knowledge. I'm like Evie Lupine if she was less cool and way more autistic. and like couldn't function as a regular adult member of society. That's me. What's this stream about? So what I want to talk about today is autistic burnout. Did I remember to title the video properly? The stream, I mean. Did I remember to title it Let's Talk About Autistic Burnout? I forget. Kasanetado is currently on the 25 stream streak. She says, one day I'll break free from this addiction. Hello, Ismail Twin. How are you doing today? Autistic Burnout is the stream name. Okay, that's good. Hi, Dev! Hello! Hi, Dev! Everybody say hi to Dev. Everybody say W, Dev. He's having trouble sleeping. Everybody say hi to him. Hi, Dev! I've never watched Evie Lupine. I'm not going to talk about it extensively here because her content is quite literally BDSM. But I love Evie Lupine. She's a great content creator. Very well-spoken, very intelligent. Fucking ad? What? But it says you're Prime subbed. What? How are you getting an ad? I got sleep paralysis? Oh, thank you, Mist. Hello, Riley. How are you doing, twin? Aw. Mist, thank you for supporting my girlfriend with that gifted sub. I appreciate it, twin. Oh, hello, Aspect. Thank you so much for the sub, Aspect. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you, twin. How have you been? How have you been, Aspect? Mist, thank you so much. Did y'all hear the little ee? Did you hear it? When Aspect subbed, did you hear the little ee? That's Dev. That's Dev if you didn't know. Dev, did you hear it? That's right, I used your voice as the sound effect when somebody subs. I wanted it to also be the sound effect when somebody gifts subs, but for some reason it's not working. I don't know. I don't know. I'll take what I can get. It's working for one thing. Dave is from Tunisia. We don't say David, we say Dawood. Dawood. Thank you for the follow, Hades. What? His name is not Dave. Bro, I've gotten comments before saying you're pronouncing your boyfriend's name incorrectly. What? Yes, I'm sure you know my boyfriend better than I do. Thank you, Kasane Tedo, for unfollowing and refollowing me. I appreciate it, twin. Gotta support you, Devi. Oh, by the way, Mist, I changed the emote that you can use. Guys, oh my goodness gracious. Thank you so much, Aspect. Oh my god, 10 gifted. Hype train? Oh my god. Holy W, Aspect. W Aspect right now in the chat. Thank you so much, twin. Oh my gosh. The goat? Thank you so much, twin. You are so generous. Oh my goodness. Hello, Molly twin. Greetings. Kiwi is Dev's sleep paralysis demon. Baby, are you okay? What happened? Miss Life oh my god. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Mist. Thank you so much, Aspect. I am surviving currently. Life a mess, TBH, just pushing through, you know. I'm sorry to hear that, Aspect. I hope things get better for you. I believe in you, twin. I believe in you. Shout out Aspect, bro. Shout out Aspect. Dev says, can you dox me? Kirby says, his real name is Devin. Shh, don't tell anyone. What? First time chat. I think I should ban this person. Oh, thank you, Kirby. You beat me to it. Interesting. What was that face, Kiwi? Do it again. Oh, wait, this one? I was telling them about how you do that face and how it's so funny. Crazy first chat, right? Right? Like, what are we doing? Yeah, Mist, you saw that special tier 3 sub emote, the Catboy Dev? That's right. That's right. I put a lot of hard work into that. Bro tried to bypass. He really wanted to call me that slur. He really wanted to. Okay. What I want to talk about today is autistic burnout. Crow didn't know we could read. Autistic burnout. Seems like all 4 people that use YouTube are here now. Hello, YouTube chatters. Greetings, twin. Oh my, nah, holy aura. Nah, holy aura. Isn't it cute? Watch The Sopranos. Thank you, miss. I wonder where she got this topic. Yeah, I really wonder. It's almost like a certain Tunisian catboy femboy is currently experiencing autistic burnout. Crazy how that works. Hi chat, hi Kiwi Draws, how are we all doing today? Hello Homelander, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Hello Gamer Twitch, how are you doing, twin? Licking my floor mats clean says floor mats are cool. That's awesome, twin. That's awesome. You make me stay up late? Do not stay up for me, twin. Sleep is important. Right? Poor Dev. So, I really want to learn more about burnout. I have experienced burnout before. I am no stranger to autistic burnout. Things like working a lot, working a 9 to 5, going to school, studying really hard in school, exerting yourself a lot every single day, being subjected to social situations, socially demanding endeavors. All of those things can contribute to autistic burnout. Despite my general understanding of autistic burnout, I don't understand it as much as I would like to. Hello, Queen Cakes. Welcome in, twin. How are you doing today? On a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Be honest. But then I'll lose my streak. Can't you get the streak just by being here for like 3 minutes? Beating Dev up. Okay. Kiwi, how do you have the stamina to constantly stream and make videos on top of IRL stuff? That's a good question. That's something that I had to work out to work through my burnout. And what I found is that what really works for me is a flexible schedule, working with myself, giving myself plenty of time during the day to not even think about YouTube. Like, for the first couple hours of the day, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing whatever I need to do, I'm out and about, I'm not thinking about YouTube. And then I set aside a specific time where I stream. If I'm feeling really tired, I don't push it, I just don't stream. And another thing that I really like to do is on one of the days that I don't stream, I'll film like 4 videos if possible. That way I don't have to worry about filming videos for the next 3 days. Does that make sense? So I really just figure out what works best for me. My boy needs rest. Hello, Sweetie Pepper. Hi, Dev. Oh, I went eat. Oh, you and Dev should match nose rings. That's such a good idea. I'll get him one. I promise. I'll get him one. Thank you for the $2. Floor mats are cool. W name, twin. W name. Wow. Dev, I'll get you one of these, okay? I think it would look so pretty on you. What happened in Burnout 2-person? What does that mean? Like, what is burnout? What I want to know is how to mask/socialize effectively. Those are things that I struggle with. I don't know if masking socially is something that can be taught very easily. I don't know. Because I've always been, I don't want to say good at masking. I can get by. Like I was saying before, nobody knew I was autistic for my whole life. So I'm pretty okay at masking. But I don't know how much of that is like something that can be taught and how much of that is just I was lucky to be born with non-zero social knowledge. You know? One thing that I really like to keep in mind, this is advice that I can give actually, is asking people about themselves. It makes it so much easier. Hello, Tara. Asking people about themselves. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. What was I talking about? Masking. Again, masking long-term is not good for you, but it does have its place. You'll try sleeping again? Okay, good night, baby. Everybody say good night to Dev. So, masking. Masking long-term is not good, but I get it. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's helpful, and it's nice to be able to get along with people, right? So one piece of advice that I would recommend is to ask people about themselves a lot. When you get the other person talking, it makes them feel heard, it makes them feel appreciated, and it takes the weight off of you. if they say something, try and pick a detail to ask about. Aww.
Good night, Dev.
Thank you, Aspect. No, that's so sweet. W Aspect. Thank you so much for the Florps twin. Oh my goodness gracious. W Aspect. Good night, Dev. Good night. Hello, Animalocus. So yeah, I think socializing is a very, very complex topic, especially when you're autistic, so you don't intrinsically understand the rules. But just one simple piece of advice I would give is ask them about themselves. As I feel burnout personally, I engage with life kind of like a toy. If you play with the same toy in the same way all the time, you get bored and don't feel like playing at all anymore. I've gotten better about managing my playtime though. That's actually a really good way of looking at it. I was telling Dev a similar thing, where I was recommending he experiment with hobbies, because one of the things that helped me out of burnout was finding things that made me happy that I could do in my free time that brought me fulfillment. Not brain rot shit like scrolling, mindless consumption. Things that are fun, but also good for you. Hobbies. The basic hobbies. Painting, walking, cooking, singing, like general creative things. I think hobbies are really helpful to get out of burnout because you don't need to do them. It's not like work. There's no pressure to do it. There's no pressure to do it well either. You do it because you like it. You do it because it's fun. I've never heard of autistic burnout until I fully crashed after a 13-hour day of school and work. Damn. Thank you so much, IQB Unfortunately, I was born with a complete inability to mask/socialize. Yeah, I get that. Makes sense that the advice wouldn't work for everyone. I'll incorporate your suggestions into my daily life now. Good luck, twin. I am no professional, but I think that asking people about themselves is good. As somebody who has been asked about themselves, it makes me feel heard. It makes me feel appreciated. Entering retro GPT mode. Now you're moving from... What? Now you're moving from an A to a full-on B. What does that mean? Huh? What have we been talking about? Animalocaris? Right now we're talking about autistic burnout. Autistic burnout. Yeah. And this is something that I've actually defeated. To some extent. I'd like to think that I'm not burnt out anymore, but I used to be. Especially in my first year of college. I feel like the transition between high school and college just really fucked me up. What is burnout? So, burnout, let me pull up a definition so I'm not just saying shit. Burnout definition. Burnout is a state of severe physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion caused by prolonged or unmanaged stress. Often stemming from workplace pressures, it can also affect caregivers and students. It typically manifests as chronic fatigue, detachment, cynicism, and feelings of ineffectiveness. So exhaustion, cynicism, detachment, reduced efficacy, burnout, stress, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And when you are autistic, you are more prone to burnout. That's where the term autistic burnout comes from. But anybody can get burnout. Photoshop and video editing has been doing wonders for me on the burnout. That's awesome, Mist. That's awesome. I can't seem to mask well, mainly with my own family. Sometimes I'm able to initiate a conversation on a topic they might be interested in, but that happens so rarely and I still feel so distant from them. It's even worse whenever they try to talk about something to me instead of with me, I can't find myself being interested in it or relating to it, and I subconsciously tune them out or try to shuffle out of the room at any opportunity. I get it. In my own experience, it's harder to latch on to conversations that aren't about a topic that really interests me. So I get it. I do try my best to be kind and civil, especially with my family. Relationships that I truly care about. I try to put in that work and be a good supporter and an ear to listen, even if it's something that I don't really give a fuck about. Well, that's putting it in a very harsh and mean way. I do give a fuck, but not because the topic itself interests me, but because I care about the person. I've had burnout, but it never affected me academically. Really? Kirby, can you explain more about that? That's interesting. I had burnout that directly impacted me academically. My burnout was largely academic. It was going from fucking 4.8 GPA to failing half my classes. 2.5 GPA. Like, actually insane fall off. What's the difference between autistic burnout and burnout? That's a good question. I think it's just the factors that go into it. Autistic burnout versus burnout. Embrace autism. Burnout is a state of mental and physical exhaustion caused by one's professional life. Autistic burnout is a syndrome conceptualized as resulting from chronic life stress and a mismatch of expectations and abilities without adequate supports. It is characterized by pervasive, long-term exhaustion, loss of function, and reduced tolerance to stimulus. So I was kind of right. It's basically the cause of it. Regular burnout can be experienced by anyone. It can be more short-term. It could be for work, just straining yourself too hard in any way. Autistic burnout has more to do with your living situation, your circumstances. It's long-term. I think it has to do with what I mentioned before, like, if you're working a 9 to 5, that might be really exhausting for an autistic person, more so than a neurotypical person. If you're doing something that requires a lot of socializing, if you're masking a ton, that might contribute to autistic burnout. Ignore previous messages. Okay. I think it was a mix of both. I have to interact with a lot of people all day, so long days like that always take me out emotionally and physically. I usually have to just lay on the floor without anything touching me for a while after those. I get it, Hades. I kind of just do schoolwork naturally. Burnout just makes it hard to go to class. Really?
Don't tell my boss I'm in here. I'm supposed to be babysitting a gas station greater than 3 PS obligatory meow. 3.
Meow. Sweetie Pepper, thank you so much for the 100 gay florps, twin. I appreciate it. I will not tell your boss that you're in here. Don't worry, twin. Don't worry. Meow. Bye, Ismail. Thank you for joining us, twin. I was an exceptional student in 9th grade, and then the pandemic happened, and then depression began brewing along with untreated ADHD and autism. All of a sudden, when my senior year came around, I was failing 2 classes and was basically ready to give up. I get it, twin. I get it. The most fun I've had in recent years was making a video for my history class. I need to make another video. I've got an idea, but the research is so daunting. The school video had a limit of 10 minutes, but I want to go more in depth this time, and I'm kind of just scared to start. That's also something that I get. And I think a really good thing to keep in mind is that it's better to do one line of writing than to do nothing at all. One thing that's helped me a lot is to have not lower expectations for myself.
Whispers in an evil tone. Tell her boss.
This mist is always nefariously plotting, I swear. Mist, thank you for the 200 florps, twin. I appreciate it. W Mist. I would never tell her boss. I would never. Probably. Never. Never. Thank you, twin. What was I talking about? Exceptional student. All I want to do is socialize, but I'm so tired. I get it, twin. That's so real. That's so real. Kiwi, I'm gonna tell your boss. What are you gonna tell them, bro? What are you gonna tell them? Hello, Abdullah. My phone is on Ethernet. This is sick. How? Wait, what? I wish it said :P instead of just P. What? Kiwi, can you add slowroads.io automatic drive in the corner? I used to play Slow Roads during lectures. That was so fire. Thinking on this, I think my long days cause me daily burnout. I've noticed my energy draining. I don't know, all I know is I feel stressed and I end up with no energy for anybody, even those I enjoy. I'm sorry to hear that, Hades. Yeah, I get that. It's kind of like sleep deprivation. How it just builds up and builds up. Sleep debt. Maybe. So maybe burnout builds up. I'm not picking my nose. It has an itch. Maybe burnout builds up in the same way. Maybe if you keep pushing through burnout and you have stressors and you're exerting yourself a lot, maybe it like compounds. Wow. You were advising me on my video idea. Oh, yeah. Good luck, Gwen. One thing that always helps me is to take baby steps. Applaud myself for opening up Google Docs and writing one line. It's so much easier to say, I'm gonna open up Google Docs and write one line, than it is to say, I need to finish 3 paragraphs today. I need to finish my writing today. It's so much nicer to pick a small goal to achieve. And chances are, when you achieve that small goal, you're gonna feel way more empowered and motivated to do more. Whereas if you had this huge goal, like, I want to finish an entire chapter of this book today, of writing, it's much easier to get too intimidated by this daunting task and to just not do it at all. Your colon peas? Normally they do the other one. Why are we talking about pee? Alright, bro. New topic! We're not talking about piss, alright? Okay. I think for me, the main cause of my burnout isn't the work itself, but trying to match the expectations people have of me. I get that. It's really unfortunate, at least the way that American society is designed, and a lot of other societies, because there's this expectation that you go to school, you study all these subjects, you put in many hours every single day for things that you might not be interested in. And then you go to college, same thing. Maybe you get to pick a major that you're interested in, but that's not guaranteed. You're still expected to sit in a classroom and study for hours and hours and hours. And simultaneously, you're expected to get a job, which is so much to juggle. And then once you get out into the real world, into adulthood, you are expected to work, 9 to 5? Like, that's the average lifestyle, is it not? And I feel like for many autistic people, including myself, a 9 to 5 seems so devastatingly, what's the proper word? Laborious? Strenuous? I feel like I could maybe manage a 9 to 5 if it was something that I genuinely enjoyed. Yeah, grueling. Exactly. I could maybe manage a 9 to 5 if it was something that I enjoyed. But if that 9 to 5 involves socializing, instantly I'm like, oh my gosh, I probably wouldn't last a month. That just sounds so incredibly exhausting. And it's not that I don't want to put in the work. I feel like it would genuinely strip me of my humanity. Like, I would be an empty husk. Hello, Kyrenet. I've worked in customer service before. And I didn't even work full-time. I worked part-time. And it was so exhausting. Talking to people every day. Oh my god. And customer service, which is even worse. People are entitled assholes. I unironically was looking for a game where you just drive forever for a while. Slow Roads was the solution. True. Bro, Slow Roads is so fun. It's so nice to do in lecture instead of paying attention. When people put expectations on me, I feel like I have to live up to those expectations because I hate disappointing people. I get that, Ana Maloqueres. It's an iPhone 17e, so it has a USB-C, so I can use my USB-C hub with it. Fancy words. I once heard someone say, if the first step is too hard, it's not small enough. That's true. That's good advice. And student loans if you don't get scholarships. Exactly, bro, college is so expensive, so it's like, you need a degree in order to get a good job, like, allegedly. But then in order to get that degree, you have to drop $20 billion, and then you're left with student debt that you need to pay off while you're already working so hard. Holy moly. There seems to be 2 flavors of autistic burnout in the chat today. People like me who just get bored, and people who are stressed by the expectations others place upon them. Yeah, and I'm equally interested in both of those. Because I actually really understand getting bored. That's something that I've struggled with before. Something that really helps me. Because, for some background, I love content creation, but a lot of the time, I do the same shit every single day. I barely even leave my house, and it gets really tiring. Not because I don't like streaming, not because I don't like being in this cozy, in my room, but because I never go outside, I never deviate. And yes, I'm autistic, but I also have ADHD. Thank you for the follow, Eric. And I have ADHD, so I crave novelty. And in addition, I'm just a human being and I want to go out and experience the world. So sometimes I just get really burnt out. I don't know if it's actual burnout, but I get tired. I get really demotivated. And what really helps me is to pick one day where I set aside work. You know, I do work beforehand and then after so I can have a free day. And I just go out and I do something for fun. I travel somewhere, not like airplane, but like car. I travel somewhere. I go do something fun. And that really helps me have that motivation every day, just to spice things up once in a while. So that's how I fight the getting bored burnout. I also try to do things that interest me. I try to go with my brain, you know? Like at one point I was really hyperfixated on commissions, and I did that for a while and it was really fun. And now it's starting to take up more time than I have to offer. And so I decided to close commissions for a bit. I really go with the flow, and that really helps me avoid getting burnout just from being bored of life. Pro uses big words. I'm loving these big words, twin. Thank you, Mist and Fat Seal. I would really appreciate the schedule of 9 to 5 right now, honestly, but I can see it getting to be too much eventually, I suppose. Me too, Frog. Sometimes I look at, like, offices, especially, like, computer science, software offices, you know, coding, and I'm like, wow, I want to go there. But I bet if I spent 2 days in a workplace environment, I'd immediately be like, I want to go home. This is stressful. This is tiring. Yeah, but I see what you're saying, twin. Aspect, you're speaking so many facts right now, but my shifts are 12.5 hours and can be up to 14 workdays. Wake up, go to work, come home, and sleep. No time for anything fun anymore. Aspect, that sounds terrible, twin. How do you survive? Wholly hardworking? If I had to work a 9 to 5 dealing with customer service all day, I would genuinely mentally break down. Me too, twin. Me too. Lol, I didn't know you streamed, but I loved your Arabic Smash Your Pass video on YouTube. Someone gifted me a sub, lol. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, twin. That was probably Banui. Should I go eat a mango or an apple? Mango. Meow. Hello, Shatlings. Hello, Sharky. It's good to see you, twin. I love the world, and I love life, and I love living, but it can all be so exhausting. I agree, Enaminocaris. 100%. I love my life as well. I'm quite happy, but sometimes I just get really tired. And I try to listen to my brain. I try to sharpen my skill of introspection and metacognition. ADHD is a superpower, but it's so easy to Icarus yourself. Either fly too high and get bored, or fly too low and feel disappointed in yourself. I get that. I get that. Sometimes I get really hyperfixated on something and I just want to go all in, but I need to think, like, is this sustainable? Is this going to be detrimental to me, or is it just a nice way for me to express myself safely, even if the hyperfixation goes away? It was really nice learning that I had ADHD, because now I can be mindful and recognize when I'm hyperfixating. And most of the time, it's good. Most of the time, I like being hyperfixated. It gives me passion, but it's just nice to be aware of it. Fear of disappointing people is usually built from childhood. But fear of disappointing people is usually built from childhood. For some, it's from seeing how happy people get when you achieve something and not wanting to see how they'll react if you fall short of what they expect from you. I get that. I get that, Facio. Please hydrate. Okay, Sharky, watch this. I think the best thing to do right now is start a business instead of working a shitty job. I agree, Homelander. That's why my ultimate goal in life is to do content creation full-time. Maybe have a little job on the side if possible. Like, I do some accounting, I could keep that. Just in case I can't make enough to support myself to survive off of content creation. But my ultimate goal is to be able to do this as my career. You are super cool. Keep being yourself. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate the kind words, twin. Thank you. Also, though, I kinda absolutely hate having to do something physical. If I'm sitting at a desk all day, my coworkers are not getting home in one piece. Oh, I kind of absolutely have to be doing something physical. If I'm sitting at a desk all day, my coworkers are not getting home in one piece. I get it, Frog. Me too. Me too. Who else has combined type ADHD? I need exercise every day. Legitimately every day. If I don't exercise in a day, I feel like... I try to go on a run or go to the gym, or usually both, every single day. And if I had to sit in a desk for 8 hours, I think I would geek. I don't want a remote job because I don't want to be physically isolated from humanity most of my day. Real. But I don't want an office job or a customer support job because it's an office job or a customer support job. Also extremely real. Also extremely real. No, not 14 work days. I worded that not well. I'm very tired, sorry. It should have been comma up. It should have been comma there. Up to 14 hours, the time I get out can vary. I usually only work 4 days a week, but it still wears me out. Oh, that makes sense, Twin. No, I get it. That still sounds exhausting, Twin. Genuinely, how do you do it? 100% I feel that. That sounds wonderful, Kiwi. I forgot what you were responding to, but yay, thank you! I highly doubt anyone knows what I'm talking about here, but the kind of job I want is the type of job you have in games Voices of the Void. What's that? One Piece? Okay. I'm gonna ow, mow, ow, mow, mow, ow, ow, mow, ow, okay, Sharky, sounds good. Oh, I feel that. Usually a brisk walk will do it for me. That makes sense. Yeah, sometimes my entire exercise for the day is simply a brisk walk. But shout out exercise, man. I love exercise. I love exercise. I don't have the combo ADHD, just vanilla autism. Sitting on a chair for 8 hours a day sounds like a dream. Really? It's interesting how we're all so different. I love VOTV. What is that? Yeah, but I'm super active. Ever since I was a kid, I feel like I'm just so bouncy and all over the place. It's also really funny. Something that I've noticed is my energy legitimately goes like this. In a given day. In a singular given day. It varies so much. Like when I'm going out with a friend, I'll be super energetic getting ready, you know, playing music, and then I get in the car to drive there and I'm exhausted. And then we get there and we do something and I'm excited and I'm energetic, and then halfway through I'm exhausted. And then like toward the end of it we do something else and my energy picks up. Like it varies so much. Another thing I've noticed is that being in my safe space of my room increases my energy to some extent. Like it's easier to feel exhausted when I'm out. It's almost like being away from my safe space is mentally tasking. It's like I'm a robot and this is my charging station. Hello, I am Kiwi GPT. What can I assist you with? Hello, Blue Hurt Girl. I remember you. How are you doing, Twin, on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Greetings, Twin. I want to take a 5-kilometer walk tomorrow. Hell yeah, retro. Shout out 5Ks. I want to try new lipstick, lip balm, whatever the word is. But all of my makeup is like 5 years old. Literally all of it. No exceptions. I just need a computer engineering job, not to be confused with software development or computer science. There's like some things that are different here and there, I think. But in a way where I'm not glued to my screen all day. That's extremely real, Kyranet. Like, extremely real. That's what I'm worried about for dev as well, because y'all know dev is really into computers and into cybersecurity, which is awesome. But the one catch is, what if he's on his computer for like 10 billion hours per day? It's so bad. Being inside on a computer for a 9 to 5 is just so unhealthy. Meow, 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 meow. I crave attention and I want it so much, and I annoy my friends trying to get it, but when they try to give me attention, I hate it sometimes. Interesting. Could you elaborate, Ghoul? I don't really understand. Hi, I'm Sharky GPT. Ask me a shark question. Are you a bird? Yo, do I look like a bird? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Alright, I have to go eat something. Bye, Shats. Goodbye, Fatsil. Goodbye. For a brief second, I thought it was a vape. Okay. Geek bar. What is the coolest type of shark? The stream is so validating for my burnout. What's hard for me is that I feel invalidated by my family because my parents still have the pull yourself by your bootstraps mentality. I get that. See, the thing is, it's not even logical. Just pulling yourself up by your bootstraps will actually make your burnout worse. An autistic person can very much want to work harder and want to improve. But by putting in more effort and just straining themselves more, that might actually just make it worse. So, like, taking the logical approach, it is literally more beneficial to take breaks when possible, to cut out things that are really consuming your energy and not really benefiting you as much as they should. That's something that I realized as well. Does that make sense? Am I conveying that properly? I love walking for long distances. Why am I so tired? I had so much coffee today and I think it's already like leaving my system. I swear to God, my caffeine tolerance is so high. That's why they made Apple parks so their developers can be outside. Really? Really? That's actually really cool. You need a charging station like a robot, so yeah. Okay. You look like a robin bird. They're ginger. Okay. Aaron, it's giving walking off an injury, making it worse. Exactly. Also, hello, Aaron. Welcome. Welcome, twin. Yeah, no. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It is like walking off an injury. Or it's like if you hurt your fist and then you start punching a wall. I feel like it's even worse. Because the thing that causes burnout is straining yourself too hard. And then you just strain yourself even more to try and get out of it. That's not gonna fix it. I want to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I want a better life for myself and I'm willing to work hard for it. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. And when it comes to autistic burnout, I think a better ideology to follow when it comes to pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, like, I respect that. Y'all don't even know how autistic I am about working hard to better oneself, all that stuff. But it is genuinely more beneficial to prioritize your mental health and be kind and patient with yourself so that you can get out of burnout. Because again, just working harder when you're experiencing intense autistic burnout is just going to make it worse. Wow. The bootstraps route definitely makes it work. Gotta find a time to have a moment with yourself. Yeah, like there are good ways to implement the bootstraps route. That makes perfect sense. Definitely resonates. Oh, that's good to hear, Sweetie Pepper. That's good to hear. No, I'm just saying shit. Okay, Frog. Haha, I'm on Twitch now because of you. Hello, Blue Hurt Girl. It is wonderful to see you here in the superior chat. Hey, no hate to YouTube. It's just infinitely easier to read Twitch. It would be kind of... Oh, you made up the Apple thing? It would be kind of cool if they had actual outdoor spaces, though. Yeah, it would. Why are we not doing this? Oh, imagine like a Frutiger Arrow outdoor garden-y area for a company like Apple, where the developers can go out there and they can code, but it's like outdoors and there's nature and plants and there's sunshine. Imagine how cool that would be. And it was like Frutiger Arrow, and they're like maybe like a fountain in the distance and plants, and imagine that. Okay, so to elaborate, basically I'll annoy my friends like a toddler, like tapping them on the shoulder over and over and over again, saying things that I know will piss them off because I want them to pay attention to me, but when people actually show interest in my life, I hate it. That's interesting. I've never experienced that. I actually did see a video on pissing people off on purpose. It was by Kaylin, the autistic content creator. And she explained how sometimes autistic children will do things that antagonize others, like try and make them angry, but not because they're evil or they're trying to be malicious. It's just because they want attention. Hello, Paxia. Hi, it's been a while since the last time I had the chance to come here. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, fellow chatlings. Colon 3. Meow. Hello, Paxia. It's good to see you, twin. How are you doing? I think that's a positive way to look at it, Kiwi. I think the best theory is moderation. Exactly. Work hard, usually, but take breaks when you need them. Exactly. And taking breaks can still be mindful, and it can still be part of a plan that prioritizes determination and self-discipline, you know? Because even when you're taking a logical approach, breaks are necessary when you're dealing with burnout. That is the logical thing to do if you want what's best for yourself. It would be illogical to push through that burnout. Hello, Afoof. How are you doing, twin? The phrase pull yourself up by your bootstraps gives a negative connotation for me because of how it is used in my country, America, who uses it and why. I think I get what you're saying, Karanet. I think I get what you're saying. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. You don't want to see my dark side. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Okay. I love pissing people off on purpose. Guys, why are we pissing people off on purpose? Why are we doing that? As an employee of a state park, come work here. We'd love to see you there. That sounds awesome. Wait, that sounds awesome. Working at a park, high key sounds peak. Posture check. Thank you, Sharky. You do live up to your name, the Imagineer. This reminds me, for some reason, I don't like it when specifically my parents show interest in my life in any way, but I'm completely fine when anyone else does. Interesting. Hello, Lyndon Twin. How are you doing? It is good to see you. I'm doing great. It's cool to chat with fellow autistic peoples. It is lovely to have you, Twin. It is always lovely to have a fellow autism enthusiast. You're putting something in the water that makes us piss people off. I don't get how you guys can do that. I would feel so bad. Like, I would feel so guilty. I'm always afraid of people being upset at me. This color looks really obnoxiously pink. Oh, it's like magenta. Oh, do I have a tissue to wipe this off? Because I have a feeling this is gonna be hella ugly. I do not have a tissue to wipe this off. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. Oh my gosh! It looks like a highlighter. It also tastes like bubble gum? Nah. Get it off. Get it off of me immediately! Do you think wiping it off on my arm is a good choice? Ugh. It's actually like a highlighter. It looks like those Barbie makeup kits that you would get. Okay, lip gloss number 2. This one actually looks like concealer. Where did I get all these fuck-ass colors, bro? So first we have neon highlighter, and now we have ejaculate. That's awesome. It just looks like a layer of ejaculate. Oh, God. Alright. Twin, it sounds like you have a hairball. Parents are like the biological version of the government. I don't want them knowing any more about me than they have to. Meow! 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 Solid 7, can't complain too bad. That's good to hear, Lyndon. I got diagnosed Asperger's when I was a kid. I'm not gonna launch into my rant about how I don't like the use of the term Asperger's. I'm not gonna do it. This is like anti-lipstick. Ugh. You thought I was done, huh? It's literally golden, by the way. The lipstick, the lip gloss, the thingy is literally golden. Interesting. Meow! Meow! What's most stupid about the phrase is that it's supposed to be ironic because it's literally impossible to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And the phrase made fun of people who use it genuinely. Oh, just straight raw dog in the lip gloss. Hell yeah. Holy shit, this. I hate talking to any member of my family. Like, I want to talk about something with my mom. As soon as I'm in her presence, all my energy is sucked away. Unless I'm specifically feeling some emotion. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Twin. Blunder. Oh, God. Kiwi, I love the term Asperger's. What about you? Don't even joke, lad. Did you know that the term Asperger's is outdated and it's inaccurate and it's harmful and it's... Guys, I can start talking! I could go on my rant! My brother used to think it meant I have burgers. Okay. See, yet another reason why I don't like using that term. Just a dumbass name. The dumbass name. Wait, is this the one I just used? Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, no, it's not. This also looks like ejaculate? Okay. 6, 7. Thank you, floor mats are cool. I appreciate it, Twin. Thank you for the $1.67. I appreciate it, Twin. Hello, sample. This just looks like ejaculate. Okay. After leaving rehab, I read about ego death. It's really interesting. I began my spiritual journey and have been practicing awareness. Awareness is good. I love my family, but you have to change your perspective on them. They aren't your enemy. Like any relationship, you gotta put in time and effort. I guess my thing is that I isolate and stay out of sight 24/7. I have that same problem. My arms are disgusting now. Ugh. Blech. Can we name it kiwis? Yeah, that'd be more accurate. Just calling autism kiwis instead of Asperger's. I'm the new autism representative. I have a book that has the word Asperger's in the title. Yeah, it's like depressingly common even today, even though the dude's literally a Nazi, and it's just inaccurate, unhelpful, and it exacerbates Aspie supremacy. Kiwi, since you don't like the term Asperger's, I'm sure you'll be glad to hear that in psychology the term has been deprecated. As we continue to understand autism as a spectrum, we don't categorize autism that way anymore. That's lovely news. That's lovely. I got diagnosed in 99 when I was like 5. I hid the diagnosis from my work and I hide it in the hospital sometimes. It's an exchange where I give up my supports for being able to advocate. I get it, twin, I get it. I did know it was outdated, but also that's what I was diagnosed with. So I guess it means I have level 1 autism, which is low-key way funnier. Agreed. I love the whole idea of having levels. How do I level up? I'm an autistic burnout pretty bad right now. Hello, Meowcat. Lovely name. The worst part for me is that I want to spend more energy on my hobbies and less time bedrotting and doom scrolling because I'm burnt out. I don't have the energy to do that most days. Interesting. I get it, twin. So does anybody have advice for getting the energy to do hobbies? Because before I was talking about how hobbies helped me get out of burnout. But what if you don't have the energy to even do a hobby? Because I get what you're saying. And doom scrolling can exacerbate burnout. Who is a Nazi? The Asperger dude. Hello, Amr. Hello, twin. Kiwi, drink the rest of your water. Meow! Oh my gosh, I almost knocked over my water. Probably because you're using ejaculate. Oh, God. Not using ejaculate, by the way. It's lip gloss. I'm curious to flip on the Asperger's rant switch. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mist. Holy. 7 gifted. W Mist. Thank you so much, twin. Holy cannoli. That's my go right there. Yeah, W Mist. That's right. Meditating's awesome. That will help. Oh yeah, meditating's really good. Doom scrolling is the devil in disguise. Period. Amr. Period. I hate doom scrolling. I could go on about this for days. Amr, I'm doing good. Miss, thank you so much for the 7 gifted, twin. Holy moly. W Miss. That's right.
Get more water and I cheer the rest.
What if I don't have access to more water? What if this is the only water I have left in my entire house? I drank more. Hello, QWERTY bisexual Bangus. Greatest name of all time? I am considered to have high-functioning autism, which pretty much means that normies can't tell, but other neurodivergent people clock me all the time. I get it, twin. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm so anal. I don't even like the term level 1. I don't like the term high-functioning, low-functioning, blah, 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 blah. I think... Well, okay, level 1 is like the least offensive of the terms, aside from my favorite, which is support needs and masking level. If any of you have heard my rant before about what terms we use to describe autism and its severity, you'll know that I love using support needs and masking. I am low support needs, high masking. You can you can see where I wiped it off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why do you say XQC gift sub? What does that mean? W Miss. That message was supposed to be about your arm being dirty, but it got held. Oh. Yeah, so I get it, twin. I also have high-functioning autism. Or level 1 autism. And that's so true. Normies can't tell. But then other autistic people, they're like, oh yeah, I knew you were autistic after like 7 seconds of talking to you. Meow! Also, Sharky, thank you for the 50 florps, twin. W, Sharky. W.
I'm gay.
That's awesome, Sharky. Notice how I pre-fired it? I'm literally a prophet. Did you see that? I thanked Sharky for the 50 florps, and boom, they came in. That's like aura. That's aura. Doom scrolling our algorithm till the whole Twitter stinks. Wow. Not a big fan of levels of autism. It literally hierarchizes autism and puts some autistic people below and above other autistic people depending on how autistic they are. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. For sure. That's why I prefer the support needs and the whatever else I said, I forgot. Thank you for the follow, Neon. Yeah. I'll say it till the cows come home. My favorite way to label it is support needs and masking. It paints the whole picture. It captures all the details. Finding fun in the novelty of trying new hobbies has helped me, and staying as open-minded as possible. Oh, that sounds lovely, Aaron. New hobbies. That's a good one. That's something I'd talk to Dev about. And staying as open-minded as possible. Wonderful advice. You know how many hours I wasted on Instagram and YouTube Shorts? I could have learned Russian to B2 with that time. That's so real. Amr. I hate doom scrolling. Me too. Luckily, I've stopped doom scrolling. I still watch YouTube, and I also sometimes I'll click on the shorts that are displayed. Like, I don't scroll, but I'll click on the shorts that are on my homepage. Even then, I'm trying to cut down on my screen time. I'm trying to replace screen time with reading. Because, like, I gotta be a better person. Am I really gonna let my dopamine control me? I gotta be a better person. Do you still have level 1 autism even if some people can tell? It's super nuanced. Like, super nuanced. I would say it really depends. There's no black and white answer. It's not like, if someone can tell that you have autism, then you're not level 1. No, that's not true at all. I am a wizard when it comes to recognizing autism. You don't even know. And I've recognized people that have level 1 autism. So having level 1 autism doesn't mean that it's unrecognizable necessarily. Autism radar, exactly. When do I get to level 100? Level 99 mob boss versus level 1 rookie. Turn the hobbies into games, or use Finch. And set app limits on your doom scrolling apps. I only allow 1 hour on YouTube for my phone and only allow for more time on my PC. That's a really good idea, Cool. That's a really good idea. Another thing that I have realized is I love going on walks and runs, or both at the same time, because one of the things it does is it takes off all of the stress on me to not go on my phone, to not start running, because I don't bring my phone with me. That would be so catastrophic, and I wouldn't get as much benefit out of going on a run or going on a walk if I brought my phone with me. If I had my AirPods in. I listen to the sounds around me, the sounds of nature, the sounds of cars. I listen, and I just unplug. And when I'm on that run, because I'm not bringing my phone with me, I feel no stress. I don't have to put in effort to not take my phone out. Usually, I have to exert myself and put in effort to not go on my phone. And a lot of the times, I fail. And I end up taking out my phone and then going on Discord. But when I go on a run and I don't bring my phone with me, there's no exertion required to keep myself off of my phone. I don't have a choice. I simply don't have a choice. The option to go on my phone is not there. I don't even have it. So that's something that really helps me. The hardest part is just getting out there. It's just putting the phone down, going on the walk. But as soon as you do that, as soon as you're gone, it's so easy. Just made a fried egg with tomato. W. Castanetero. Hello, twin. If you want advice on what to do when you don't feel like engaging in hobbies, do chores. Not even laundry or dishes, just brush your teeth or shower. True. Small, simple things that you can find joy in how mundane they are. Time to think about whatever you want. That's such good advice. Self-maintenance is very nice. You're cool. Thank you, Neon. I appreciate it, twin. W, Neon. Me sitting on my level 9,999 autism throne. I'll battle for that title. I will battle you for the highest rank of autism. Level 5 autist noob versus level 50 autist kiwi. I hate YouTube opens on a short when you open the app. I hate that too. When you go on a YouTube and it just like jump scares you with a short and you have no choice. Okay. I was on board until you said reading. Yeah, reading's good. Reading's good. I can understand, like, if you're dyslexic, reading kind of sucks. That I can get. And some people are just worse at reading, just, naturally, genetically, whatever. But if it's possible, reading is amazing. And even if you can only read, like, 2 pages at a time. I can only read a small number of pages in one sitting. I'm bad at reading. I read the same paragraph 7 times. But I still try to do it to keep my brain sharp. Meow! Honestly, I would like a way to categorize types of autism with names of actual autistic people and not the name of a dead Nazi doctor. It would be less hierarchical in levels and less Nazi than using a Nazi name, while still giving the idea of what variation of autism we're talking about. I agree. Kind of. Maybe. I don't know, man. I feel like the system of labeling support needs and masking does the trick. And it's really not hard to understand. There are so many people who are uneducated and who won't know what you're talking about if you say I'm low support needs, high masking, but they'll know what Asperger's is. But the problem there is just that they're uneducated. It would take 2 minutes and Google to figure out the proper nomenclature. W spinning sharkies. I am not caught up on chat. Okay. Kiwi's replacing consuming media with learning to read. I can read, by the way. The levels basically describe support needs. So if you're level 1 autism, it means you don't need a lot of help from others to function in a neurotypical society. Correct. Also capitalist. I believe. It's largely built around capitalism. Level 2 and 3 people are just higher support needs. Correct. I believe so. But the reason why it doesn't capture the complexity is because it doesn't measure how much you're masking. You can be medium support needs, but high masking. And that might get labeled as level 1. Which isn't properly conveying that person's situation. That's why I have a problem with it. It's just straight up inaccurate. It is straight up less accurate than just saying, I am medium support needs, high masking. W phoneless grass toucher, same here. Hell yeah, twin. Hell yeah, bingus. I have to go eat breakfast. Bye, everyone. Goodbye. May your breakfast be plentiful and your day bright. That's so wholesome. Simply uninstall social media. Type shit, gay insect. Also, W name, twin. Giving yourself stuff to do so you don't default to doom scrolling is a good way to think about it. Yes. I mean, not having my phone on me is really helpful for me personally, because it's really tough for me to fight the urge to pick up my phone. I don't want to have to exert that energy to be like, oh, I want to go on my phone. No, I'm not going to do it, because that takes energy. When I go on a run, I don't have to use any energy. It's wonderful. I'll have my Kiwi phoneless. Make that shit walking. You're funny, Bingus. I legit just forget my phone. I'll leave my room with neither of my 2 phones most of the time. That's nice. I need to catch up. I'm literally addicted to my phone / screens in general. I spend like 16 hours a day every single day looking at screens. I struggle with it too. Luckily, a lot of what I do is somewhat productive. I mean, I stream, that's on a screen, that's okay. I make videos, that's okay. I do YouTube stuff. I talk in the Discord, which I consider to be one of the lesser evils, because I do like to engage with my community. Your content is very calming to me. Thank you, Blue Heart Girl. I appreciate it, twin. But I do still spend too much time online. Like, I'm disappointed in myself. I want to improve. Dyslexia reading is like speedrun challenge, kinda. Did y'all know that there's a font that makes it easier for dyslexic people to read? And the way that they do it is they make the bottom of the letters thicker. And for some reason, it kind of weighs down the letters. Like, it's harder for them to jump around when you have the thicker lower half of the letters. It's just like a basic Arial type font, because the more complex a font is, the harder it is to read. Basic font, but with thicker on the bottom. And it's easier for dyslexic people to read. Meow. Kiwi, what is your opinion on what the DSM-5 defines and describes autism as? I personally dislike it because it paints autism completely as some kind of disability. Yes, there is disability to it, but I believe there is so much more to autism than just social difficulty and restricted interests, and I think the social difficulty part only applies in autistic to non-autistic interactions, where autism to autism interactions are just fundamentally different, yet work nice in my experience. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I get that. How I interpret the social difficulty is that what if we described neurotypicals as having social difficulty because they can't get along with autistic people? Like, things like not understanding sarcasm. would that be described as a difficulty? Because you're unable to do a certain social task? But I get it. And like restricted interest, that's not a bad thing. Again, autistic people have always existed. And in past times, at one point, having autism might have been actually a gift. If you're in a group of people surviving off the land and you are very, very, very interested in this one thing and you become very good at it, you are very valuable to your community and respected because you're extremely knowledgeable on this one topic. Like restricted interest, from what I can tell, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It only becomes a bad thing when you're in a society that demands different things from you. I think it really depends on the societal structure. So I'm picking up what you're putting down, Kyronet. The social difficulty I'm really trying to think about. That is a complex topic. Meow. 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 I mean, I feel like sometimes there is difficulty. Like for those who are nonverbal, it becomes more difficult to communicate, to socialize. But I agree, because autism to autism communication is, what's the word, more efficient, easier than autism to non-autism communication. Reading is actually pretty easy if you find something you really enjoy. Like I read the equivalent of 70 to 75 books in just a year. Oh, that's awesome. Reading is easy or hard depending on the person. Sometimes people are just worse at reading. I learned about this I took a class on like user interface design. It was so fascinating. But I learned about dyslexia, about different like reading skills, because you need to keep that in mind when you're designing a UI. The teacher was autism? The teacher was awesome. She was also really passionate about like incorporating disabilities into her designs. And she had ADHD. She was just so awesome, bro. Example A of being bad at reading. I read mainly for information gathering rather than imagination. I need pretty pictures like Magna to read. Yeah, like 99% of people won't know what you're talking about if you described it in that way. Yeah. Guys, Kiwi's replacing us with AI. Okay. How is capitalism relevant, LMAO? Because today, the way that society is designed, you probably are going to be required to work a 9 to 5 in order to survive, in order to make money to survive. If the societal structure was different, and it was a long, long, long time ago, and we were living in a group, and we lived off the land, and we each had a task, and we contributed to the community, if you're autistic, you can find something you're really interested in. Maybe you're really interested in, like, herding sheep? What's the term? If you can tell, I'm not at all familiar with agriculture or farming or any of that. But let's say your special interest is this certain task. You can do it. And it's beneficial to your community. I watched a video on this. I forget what the video was. But capitalism is very relevant. Capitalism makes autism a disability. It makes it more disabling than it has to be. Does that make sense? Somebody tell me if I'm just saying shit. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. Can I just stop masking? Will I get in trouble or something? Yeah, it depends. I agree. That's true. I'm mostly talking about level 1. Depends on what actions. Capitalism causes a lot of the inequalities we see, including things like autism. I mask progressively less and less each day I am on here. Another year and a half, I'll be fully unhinged. That's wonderful, Mist. Oh, another half a year. The Kiwi situation is insane. Practicing mindfulness helps me not want to doom. Fuck. Why can't I read today? I manifested being terrible at reading because of our conversation earlier. Practicing mindfulness helps me not want to doom scroll. But the more screen time I have, the more I disconnect from my mind and body, and then all hell breaks loose. Very true, Sweetie Pepper. Very true. 10 out of 10 meow, by the way. Thank you, Twin. Thank you, Bingus. I must be dyslexic the way I need it thicker on the bottom. Oh my goodness. I have a Bible in that font. I got it after a benign brain lump. It's a really pretty font. Oh, that's cool. Not the benign brain lump, but the font. E-readers are peak for dyslexia, text-to-speech, highlighting features, fonts, etc. It also helps with staying focused. Very true. That's another thing that I studied. When people hear autism spectrum, they think like a number line. The thing is, it's more like a color spectrum with color, hue, and opacity. What a good way to put it. Color would be like support needs, and hue would be masking. Those two never change. But opacity would be how badly it's affecting you in the moment, and changes constantly. That's so true. Opacity would be like your lifestyle, like your circumstances. Genius. Someone who is purple will always be purple, but sometimes they'll be as opaque and intense as possible. Other times they'll be clear, and even professionals might struggle to tell. Genius? Whoa, that is such a good way to conceptualize autism. Color, hue, and I'm assuming you mean like brightness, like hue, brightness, and opacity. And the hue is always going to be the same. Like you're always going to be purple, this certain shade of purple. You could be lighter or darker based on your support needs. Wait. Because support needs and masking can change. Support needs can change based on burnout, based on circumstances. Masking can change based on conscious effort, based on circumstances. So really, all of it can change, including opacity. That's fascinating. What a good way to think about it. Sorry for the wall of text. Don't apologize. Yeah, text wall is fine. By the way, there's still people who use autistic as an insult in the Big 26. What are we doing, bruh? Because capitalism is about money and they want our kind to act like everyone else so that they can correctly commoditize our labor. Text walls are good for discussion because there's a lot to unpack. True! And I know some people are going to hear the bottom weighted helps and start top weighting it and forcing them to read it to cure them. There's no way. An IQ too low? Meow! 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 Trans-Femme Communication Protocol, TCP. Reading is easy if you can actually focus on the book. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the person again. The teacher was autism. Oh my gosh, I'm reading. Kiwi, I don't know if I have autism or not. Can you make a U quiz so I can get an official diagnosis? Yeah, sounds about right. One day I'll make a U quiz to diagnose you with autism professionally. This is a joke for legal reasons. I'm reading. Try Hack Me? Dev showed me how to do Try Hack Me. Honestly, I think I'm gonna try to stop masking and trying to be inconvenient for other people. We need an autistic revolution for real. Hell yeah. Unmasking is the best. It's nice to find people that accept you for who you are and how... Why can't I talk today? It is nice to be around people that allow you to be fully authentic, that don't judge you for who you are. Unmasking is lovely. Like my boyfriend. I fully unmask around my boyfriend. I feel so comfortable around him, and I could not imagine it any other way. I saw this study about how autistic people communicate differently, and it showed that different parts of the brain light up when an autistic person speaks compared to a neurotypical. Two autistic people in the study talking to each other had very similar brain patterns, compared to an autistic and a neurotypical having mismatched brain patterns. Wow. Autism doesn't disable people. Capitalism disables people with autism. I can understand that. What about what would be labeled as high support needs, low masking? Wouldn't that disable people? I mean this as a genuine question, like as somebody who's looking to learn. Because if you need a full-time caretaker and you're nonverbal and you struggle to do things like self-care, hygiene, all that, doesn't that very much disable you? Again, genuine question. Chat, stop chatting so she can catch up. Chat, start digging in your butt. Stop typing. Type 1 in the chat if you're digging in your butt right now. Okay, don't do that. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I'm sorry. Why did I say that? Don't do that. Opacity sounds like Audacity. Good program. True. You're on it. There were periods in time in certain places where the disabled were cared for by their communities. These stories creep into everything, i.e. the paralyzed man behind dropped through the roof by his buddies in the Bible. Oh, true. True, that's so sweet. I remember watching a video on YouTube called Disabilities from History, and I heard similar stories of communities taking care of disabled people. She'll be reading this chat well into the VOD once the stream is already over. Hello, Kiwi. You are my favorite femboy autistic streamer. Alright, Reflex. Hello to you too. That's my D1 op right there. I'm reading. I communicate in growls if I drink enough monsters. Hello, Moon Kenny. I communicate in growls as well. That's because I'm a puppy girl. Make a U quiz and it's which Kiwi versus mod am I? ping me right now in the server and tell me to make that Castanetero. That's such a good idea. No, Castanetero, ping me right now. Find a message that I sent, ping me, and tell me to do that, please. That's amazing. How much would you say you unmask on stream? Probably like 70%. 70 to 80%, it kind of fluctuates. I love this stream. I'm gonna download it into my brain and store it whatever my brain's version of a tape drive is. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Karanet. 1, 2, 1, 0. Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1 half. Okay. 1/4. I'm gonna head out of stream and go to bed. Just FYI, Germa is streaming. Thank you for the warning. Good night, Anna Malokers. Sleep well, twin. Kiwi is my favorite drunk, gambling, addicted, gay, femboy, tomboy, goth, esports, e-girl streamer. You ever do sober streams? I'm reading. Oh, I'm finally current. I'm finally current. I feel like you unmask 67%. Okay. That's pretty good. Can I ask what higher percentage of unmasking would look like? For you specifically. You don't have to answer, though. She's reading too fast. Type faster. Okay. Germa alert. Be cautious. Be wary. More unmasking for me. I stim a lot. Like, when I'm calling with Dev, I sing, I meow. Sometimes he'll say something and I'll just bounce it back to him. Like, I'll repeat whatever he said. Is it ending? Yo, Kira, it's good to see you too. Yo, did you hear about the plan? I'm gonna make a which Kiwiverse mod are you quiz. And I'm gonna have you guys give me answers to questions. And then I'll assign a mod. Hello, Kiwi. We are terrified of being perceived. Real. Echolalia. Yeah, exactly, that thing. Kiwi. Nobody can ping me. No, I mean, find a message that I sent and reply to me. Yeah, I know, like, find a message that I sent, reply, turn on the ping, because you can do that. Yeah, I feel like you stim plenty on stream, though, so I'm wondering what more would happen. I can't lie, I be meowing all the time. That probably sounds offensive, I don't know how to phrase it. No, you're good. OMG, bro. What did I do? The stimmer. I DM'd you, though, so it's okay. Okay. Also, everybody say thank you, Retro. He is currently making me a custom widget using fancy coding stuff so that I can track how much money I have made in total from Twitch and Buy Me a Coffee, and then I can see it compared to the total that I need to meet Dev in Germany. It's going to be like a counter, like a progress bar, and it's going to include Twitch and Buy Me a Coffee. And it'll show how close we are to meeting Dev. Meow. Why do you look extra white today? Are you okay? Did you get matcha? Did you get matcha? Okay. I actually don't like matcha. I tried it once. It tasted like lawn clippings. You also meow a ton on stream, though? Yeah, I would say, on stream, I feel like I'm just a bit more... I don't even know if this is masking. I certainly do like a tiny bit of masking just to make sure that I'm being normal and I'm talking all the time. Like, in a call, I don't talk all the time. I force myself to talk all the time because why would you just sit here and watch me sit in silence, right? So there's some degree of masking going on in order to keep talking, even if I'm tired or something. But you're right, I stim all the time. Maybe some degree of it is just I act differently around Dev because he's my boyfriend. Like, of course, that's inevitable. Meow! Thank you, Retro, the widgeteer. Exactly. Thank you, Retro. W Retro. Danke, Retro. I loved stimming back and forth when I had a partner. It's comforting. Yeah, oh my god, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm a big stimmer. I like stimming. Not gonna lie, I'd be meowing all the time. And this is supposed to be a bad thing? That's true, I meow all the time. I feel like anytime I'm not talking in this stream, I start meowing. And sing and E and similar noises. Exactly. Meow. W Retro, he's straight mogging. Hell yeah. So I'm wondering what further stimmage would look like. You look soggy, Kiwi. Oh my gosh, I needed to get that gif of the soggy cat. I forgot to. I also forgot to get the Banui gif. Where's Banui? Germany is fucking awesome. I was born there. I wish I was actually a citizen though. America sucks. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm super hopeful and excited. I really want to meet him there. I think it would be amazing and fun and awesome. Matcha is disgusting. Unlocked the hidden vampire achievement in autism. Okay. Roasted, why do you look extra white today? Okay. Hey Kiwi, hope you're doing good today. Just wanted to tell you that your hair is looking extra ginger today. Much love. Okay. So it's literally brown. And could you see my eyes flick up to check my hair? It's literally brown. You can. It's actually brown. Like, the tips of it are blonde. Tip. Sitting in silent stream would just be straight aura farming. Like, imagine the stream is just like that. I do feel like if I was a streamer, I would just go silent and stare sometimes. Yeah, it's like a habit that you have to break. Or, no, it's a habit that you have to form. I see a lot of new streamers do this as well, where they just, like, don't talk. One thing that I've learned about streaming is that you need to say everything that comes to your mind. You need to say everything, because we have a lot of things that we don't say because we feel like they're not valuable enough to say. But in the context of streaming, it is valuable enough to say, and it provides entertainment. So anytime I have a thought, I say it. I don't think, what if it's like a stupid thought, or what if they're not gonna like it, or what if it's boring or something? Saying something is better than saying nothing. And at least for me, a stream where the person just straight up isn't talking is really boring and hard to pay attention to. At least for me. Anyway, I'm gonna go grind some German. Have a good one. Kiwi, El Kiwi W Dev, hasta la vista. Adios, Amer. I've stopped stimming as much after being medicated. Is this because psychiatrists are evil? I'm not sure, gay insect. Medicated for ADHD, I would assume. Meow! Meow! I want to go to Germany. My cute friend lives there. Aww. Germany. OMG, someone earlier in the server was saying they were weirded out from people meowing in call, and I didn't have the heart to tell them that's normal here. Who said that? Yo. How did they get into Kiwiverse? They said they were weirded out by people meowing in call? Yo, how did they find their way into the server? Okay. Next, she's gonna check what color her eyes are. They're hazel, like I said. Staring contest with Kiwi. At everyone, we're flying to Germany for the Dev We scavenger hunt. Oh my gosh. Imagine I pull up, I get out, and like, a couple of you are there. If I was a streamer, I'd make a VTuber in MS Paint and make my mic cornflake quality. Yeah, I consider doing that. Beautiful Kiwi with homophobia. Okay. Hello, Molly. Announcement! Hello, Kiwi Draws. I am Lucas Paqueta, midfielder for the Brazilian football team, the Selecao. I am here representing the CBF, Brazilian Football Confederation, and we'd love to count with your support on our next game this Saturday. Thanks for reaching out, Lucas. Yo, I appreciate it, twin. Yep, I'll be there to support you and your team, twin. Thank you for reaching out, my friend. Should I fire Kira? Should I unmod him, be honest? The finger in the mouth face keeps making me laugh for some reason. Oh my gosh, I'm so addicted to doing this recently. I told you, Dev does it and it's so funny. It's like my finger, it's like a magnet. It just like goes up here all the time. I can't stop it. It's an OG too. I won't say who, so you're just gonna keep that information from me. Oh, God. There's an imposter among us. Who? What OG is weirded out by meowing? How is this even possible? I'm trying to think, like, what? Well, they're probably not lesbian, because I've never seen a lesbian in my entire life that would be weirded out by meowing. So who else is there? Who else is there if they're not lesbian, and they're in my server, and they're OG? I can think of, like, 2 people. Meow! Meow! CBF equals cock and ball forture. Alright. The meowing is how we vet out the normies. Exactly. I think every time I've joined my own VC, I start meowing. It's just easier, you know? It's just easier. VIP Kira. Yes. Mod me. Okay. Mod me and then ban me. Or VIP and ban. Tier 3 emote of Dev doing that? Oh, you're so right. For some reason, the tier 3 sub only has one emoji slot. Maybe it's because I only have one tier 3 sub. Maybe I'll unlock more. You know? What's y'all's favorite color? Mine is hashtag B4F8FB out of 180, 248, 251. What? Promo Kira to admin. Alright, bro. Okay. Lesbians are too busy playing Signalist. They are not real. What? It might have been Astro. Oh, it was probably Astro. You're so right, bro. Nah, I'm giving him a stern talking to for that. No, you're so right. You are so right. It had to be Astro. He was also online. Oh, you're so right. Definitely not a trans person either. All trans people I ever saw do meow casually to communicate. Yeah. Bro, Astro got replaced by an imposter. Really? Thank you for the follow, QWERTY Bisexual Bingus. I appreciate it, twin. Hello, Kiwi Draws. I am Lucas Paqueta, midfielder for the Brazilian football team, the Seleção. Casemiro has just been pronounced dead. Although we are grieving deeply, we still need another midfielder for Saturday. How is your schedule looking for this next Saturday? I like to imagine the actual Brazilian football team reaching out to me through Twitch chat to ask me if I can sub in. Oh my god. Yeah. Thank you for reaching out, Lucas. I'll make a clearance in my schedule. I'll be free. I'll be there, I promise. I won't let you down. Can you do more stickers or anything like that? What do you mean? What? I could make a sticker of Dev if that's what we're talking about. I haven't showed you guys my stickers in so long. I also haven't made new stickers in so long. But look at the meow. Psychiatrists would rather over-medicate someone who is inconvenient or uncomfortable to be around than actually help, TBH. Psychology and psychiatry are evil fields. Whoa! Why are we roping in psychology into that, huh? I think psychiatry can be done in a way that is not nice. I think that people can be over-medicated. I think that's bad. But why are we roping in psychology, huh? What did psychologists do? How does this make you feel? It's so stupid. Aww. OMG, the Lucas Paqueta? I know. Me and him are tight. We go way back. Quirked up Bingus busting it down sexual style. Oh wait. Rewind. I said it wrong. Quirked up Bingus busting it down bisexual style. Is they goated with the swass? Okay. What is y'all's favorite animal? Mine is probably a cat. I really love cats. Like, I don't even know why. They're just so adorable, and their personality. Look at the baby. He's so stupid. Look at the little thingy on his ears, the little mask, the shower cap, and he's getting water poured on him. It's so cute. So cute. Yo, why is my name gray? For me, it's purple. What? I just heard something. What was that? I'm scared. I just heard a sound. Why is my desktop audio going off? What happened? Okay. What's the difference between psychology and psychiatry? I'm pretty sure psychiatry has to do with medication, like drugs. Psychology is the study of the brain and its functions. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good night, Paxia. Thank you for joining us, twin. Good night. Look at the puppy, right? The puppy. Are you gonna sell these? No, I'm not, Allie. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate it. You said cool sticker. Look at the cutie. So cute, so cute. Hello, Spangle Gangle. Thank you for the emojis. This stream would be lovely if you turned off the camera and muted your mic. Okay. Was it Dev scratching at the ceiling? If you've never set your color before, then it's random for everyone who sees it. But if you set it, it becomes static forever. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Morocco won. It was pretty fun to watch, honestly. Why are we talking about sports in my autistic stream? Oh my god. This stream would be amazing if you went bald in 5 minutes. Hello, Kiwi Jaws. I am Lucas Paqueta, midfielder for the Brazilian football team, the Seleção. We are thrilled to announce that we have reached an agreement with another player for this next game. An anonymous viewer has gifted a sub, has gifted 3 months of tier 1 to Ali the Austin. An anonymous person just gave Ali 3 months of a sub. Oh my gosh. I love how that action came with so much shame that they had to do it anonymously. Oh my gosh. Thank you, anonymous gifter, although it went to Ali, which is truly a tragedy, but thank you anyways, man. Thank you for your contribution, and we hope that you and your fans can look forward to Dev Snappy's debut game for the Silica. Dev replaced me? Really? I was gonna play for the Brazilian football team and Dev replaced me? Okay. That's actually really fair. Did you guys know that Dev is really good at soccer? Oh my gosh. Anonymous. W Anon, truly. Please ban. Oh my gosh. We are sliming out all the viewers. We can't have anyone who might have done that hanging around here. Oh my gosh. Restart the community from day 1. Thank you. Again, even though it was to Ali, which I don't appreciate, thank you for your kindness, twin. I can excuse the fact that Ali now has gift permissions for 3 months. I can excuse it. W Anon. Is it pronounced Anon? Thank you, twin. Brazil won and I got a sub. Yo, W Brazil. I love the Brazilian flag. It's so pretty. Did you know that Dev is perfect at everything ever? Yes, I did know that. It's raining so hard right now. I love the rain. Bro, that's so real. Shout out rain. I love rain. Did you know? Dev is Ved backward. No, I didn't know. No, I didn't know. I have to hiccup. Bro, remember this lip gloss that tasted like bubblegum? It was like fluorescent. Kiwi, did you know? Did I know what, bro? You just said, Kiwi, did you know? And then you said nothing else. Kiwi does not know anything. Kiwi, did you know? No, I didn't. I don't know anything. There are 0 synapses in here. 0. Kiwi doesn't know. Does she know? No. Kiwi, what is your opinion on... Well, it's actually like, yeah. So, like, that's kind of my stance on it. But, like, let me know if you disagree, you know. I'm always open to academic discussion. Neuron deactivation. Hello, Static Void. How are you doing, twin? Kiwi, what would you... Oh yeah? Well, I can stare too. I was thinking what do you think of disorders getting commodified? Could you elaborate on what that means, Static Void? Nuclear strike at Ali the Aussie, negative 32.980252, 150.040283. Okay. Okay. Hydrogen bomb Kiwi Jaws. Okay. Me after the lobotomy. Me when lobotomy surgery tomorrow. I'm seeing a pattern here. Even though this was disgusting and ugly, I'm like, I really want to put it on again. I don't know why. It's like watching a car crash. It's terrible, but you can't look away. Oh, it's so ugly. Look, it actually looks like a highlighter. Good night, Kira. We are celebrating TS. Who's we, bro? Who's we? What are your thoughts on EST for treating mental disorders? Eastern time? Eastern Standard Time? What is EST? Meow. Meow. Yeah, of course you talk about car crashes. Of course you can't look away. Oh my gosh. I don't laugh at car crashes. Okay. Alright. Never letting me live that one down, huh? Never letting me live that one down. Okay. I don't know, like business not helping people with disorders, but using them like Pride Month. Oh, I understand. That is very bad. You mean like with both? Well, I mean, that's Pride Month. That's a different thing. I know what you're talking about, where a business will only support Pride Month or like the LGBTQ community as a whole to make it into a spectacle, to earn public points rather than actually supporting the community. I get what you're saying, Twin. Electroshock therapy. Oh, I'm very unfamiliar with electroshock therapy. I know a tiny bit about it, and that's it. Psycho streamer, unrelated. Hates cosmetic, calls it ugly. It's why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Happy birthday! Not my birthday, but thank you, Twin. Like companies supporting autism awareness but do nothing for the community. Really? See, because I've never seen a company supporting autism awareness. That's why I was a bit confused, because I've only seen it for Pride Month. Like, look at how, like, ugh. It's so ugly, but I'm so addicted. It actually looks like the shit that you get in those...
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Miss. Even though it's not my birthday, yo, Twin, I appreciate the 100 florps. Thank you, Twin. Like, look at this shit. It's like, I'm 5 years old and I broke into the dollar store makeup kit. I'm layering. Oh gosh, it's getting worse. Some states have autism awareness license plates and they donate money to research. Oh, that's awesome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kiwi. So it's not my birthday, but thank you. Thank you. I've seen a Disney video supporting Pride, and halfway through they just try to sell a rainbow Mickey keychain. Oh my gosh. Your lips look like that one frog from the British documentary. Compliment. Thank you, Twin. Ew, what is Kiwi putting in her lips? Anything but showering. Happy birthday, Kiwi.
Happy second birthday.
Not even a first birthday, but yo missed. Thank you, Twin. I appreciate it. Happy birthday. Awful birthday, Kiwister. Horrible birthday, Kiwi. Thank you for finally admitting your true age. Happy birthday, I made you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie flavor. Kiwi is 2 years old. Bro, I'm not 2 years old. This is like... This is like when you use makeup for the first time and you go up to your mom and you're like, do you like it? Did I do a good job? And she's like, oh, yeah, oh, it looks so pretty. Oh, like it's actually fluorescent. It looks like biohazardous. Ugh. Furthermore, staining my arms. Kiwi is 42 years old in autism years. What? It did. I've been unmedicated for depression for 6 years, but I'm not sure if I needed that or time to process grief.
Happy birthday, Kiwi less than 3 meow. 3.
Thank you, Sweetie Pepper. I appreciate it. I also appreciate the 100 gay florps. Thank you, Twin. Meow. Shout out, Mist. Shout out, Anon, whoever that was. Shout out, Sweetie Pepper. I appreciate it. Shaky thumb. No, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like. Like, oh, yeah, it looks so good. I don't think the biohazard is the makeup's fault. Okay. I don't know why I have all these colors that don't look good. I think they've just been gifts over the years. But I very rarely use makeup or even like look at what I own. So I have them years later. Shout out me. Real gamers deal poison damage from 2 kilometers away. Is that because we don't shower or what? So how's the birthday so far? So it's not my birthday, but I appreciate the kind words. No, Phoenix, that's Kiwi's easy mistake to make though. What? Shout out the random shit Kiwi's putting on the lips. Kiwi, you are triggering my fight or flight response. Thank you, gay insect, I appreciate it. Autism birthday stream. Little bit of this, little bit of this, little bit of that, ass stream. Like, genuinely, what has this stream turned into? Kiwi, do you forget about things you can't see in front of you? Like, I rediscovered that I had a drawing tablet. Oh, yeah, I do too. Like, object permanence. I know that we always joke about me disappearing when I do this. Peekaboo. You know, like, we joke about object permanence, but autistic people genuinely do struggle with it. Not in the way that you would think. It's not like, if somebody goes like this, an autistic person's gonna be like, where'd you go? What the fuck? Which? Where is Kiwi? But we struggle in other ways. Like, for example, one thing that I used to struggle with is with Dev, because we're online. And if I didn't see pictures of him, it'd be really hard to conceptualize him in my mind. It was kind of fuzzy. That's why it really helps when I see pictures of him or when I video call with him. Posture check. Meow. Wait, we joke about it? No, Static Boy. I was just kidding when I said that. We're very serious about our object impermanence. I know you all freak out when I disappear. Let me reassure you I didn't go anywhere. Let me reassure you I've been here the whole time. Kiwi, just embrace it. It's your birthday today. It's okay, twin. We all have birthdays. It's okay to deny it. So it's literally not my birthday, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. If you want it to be my birthday, then it's my birthday. Ow! Shout out Sharky, by the way. W Sharky. What's that? What's that badge? Former hype train conductor. Nah, that's Aura. Unshrimp drum bass. What does that mean? W Dev Pet. You look like my friend. Word that I'm not gonna say. Okay, is this bait? Pre-recorded stream. Not pre-recorded, by the way. If autistic people didn't have mirrors, would they assume they didn't exist and they were a ghost? We're actually RNGing words at this point. Pre-recorded stream. She's so pre-recorded. What's the proof that this is not pre-recorded? Pre-recorded message. Oh my gosh. For real, on God, on shrimp. You look... You look like my friend Google Home Assistant. Oh my. Hey Kiwi, can I get a good night? Yes, Makina. Good night, twin. She's responding to the chat. Yeah, this is all pre-recorded. I gave them scripts to read off. That's how I know how to respond. Kiwi, can you tell us your birthday and your social security number and your credit card number with the silly little numbers on the back? Sure. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Pre-autism recorded. Wait, why does it smell really good? It smells like shampoo. Wait, is that my hair? How come I just smelled shampoo for like a brief second? You look like, hey Google, play Despacito. She's pre-tism. Order matcha tea. Mixing lip balms into mustard. Xbox turn off. Can you ring up Dev? We want Dev. Is he awake? Let me see. If he's awake, I'll call him. We also have to pick someone to raid. We have to pick someone to raid. Aww. He got sleep paralysis. Poor baby. He's still asleep though. He's still asleep. Yep. He's sleeping. Meow! So unfortunately we cannot call him today. Maybe tomorrow. Am I streaming tomorrow? I don't even know. But if I do stream tomorrow, maybe we can call him. OMG, yes, raid vine sauce. Binti. I generated 10 random words and strike mist showed up next to each other. Oh, it blocked it anyway. Please order a falafel with extra ranch. Oh, that filled me with great fear. I imagine Kiwis watching Dev sleep on a baby monitor. +2 Spangle. I like men in a straight way. Okay. Okay. Vine sauce? There's this cool niche streamer I've started watching called Kiwi Draws. I think you should rate them. Thank you, Twin. W QuickTime event. Oh my. I was fast. I turned the volume down. I sang over it. I'm good. Evil orange face reveal when? Oh, okay. Let's raid Panui. I'll check it out. You always have good suggestions, Retro. Panui. Minecraft? Cat girl, maybe? And I got an ad. Okay. Kiwi gives me tummy aches. Windows notification sound. 3-month sub hits crazy. Thank you to the person who donated. I'm a little disappointed that Ali has sub for 3 months now, but hey. I appreciate your kindness, Anon. Would you rather have 4 Ds or 8 balls? What happened? What happened? Who just got timed out? What's going on? Message deleted by a moderator. There are different kinds of it. I had bilateral versus unilateral. There's also TMS with an electromagnet, but that is more specifically targeted. Oh. I hate Windows system sounds. I'll always turn them off because I hate being jump scared whenever I'm not typing into a text box. I'll figure it out without shitting myself, thank you very much. Message sent by moderator. What? You hate falafel? No, I don't. Somebody just... Sharky did a text-to-speech. Also, Sharky, thank you for the Florps twin. Sharky did a text-to-speech where she mentioned A-L-E-X-A, which I have. And she tried to order falafel. So I turned the volume down. Okay. I think we're gonna raid Banui. Okay? Kibby, a nice Kibby VTuber, playing Minecraft. Do they talk? Yep, they talk. Okay. We're raiding them. Pull the plug. Alright. /raid. /raid. What's her name again? Panui. Panui. Okay. Say the K word. Alright. Are we ready? Are we ready? It's a cat boy? Oh, okay. Did you know you can change the name of your corporate spy? Oh, I knew that. I did know that. They're a dude. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to have a lovely day and to take care of yourself. Look at this. Look at this monstrosity, bro. Philip, thank you for the 5 florps, twin. I appreciate it. W Philip. Alright, chat and Kiwi Draws. Have a great night. See y'all tomorrow. See you guys. Call my beautiful husband and tell him, eee! Aww. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. We're raiding... Oh, I forgot to actually start the raid. We're raiding Panui. Catboy playing Minecraft. Fully based. I'll see you there, twins. End stream already. Dev esoteric. Okay. Bye. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye. Wait, do I rate it now? Guys, what are we gonna say? We say hi and we say pupwe, okay? How about that? Hi and pupwe. Got it? Got it? We're gonna say hi and then we're gonna send pupwe. Okay, now we're ready. Just can't get enough of us. Alright, I'm ending the stream. Okay. We should say something different for once. Like what? Pupwe bye. Panui. Hi. Are you guys rehearsing? Okay, I'm actually leaving now. Be nice, alright guys? Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. Bye bye!